Dawn Ceiling started 33 to 35 years ago. I worked for my brother, my older brother, who owned a ceiling company. Popcorn ceilings was the thing back in that day, and I used to spray them every day. After about 5 years working for my brother, I started my own business. Shortly after that, that's when the popcorn ceiling started being obsolete. The new home builders started putting in textured ceilings, and so we started removing it every day. When the popcorn ceiling design was no longer viable in new construction, new home builders started putting recessed lights in the 1980s, and it was a big upgrade at that time. I was working behind a lot of these electricians. Electricians don't do drywall, so they would make larger holes than necessary, and I would have to patch them, and my consumer did not like that. They didn't like the upcharge on the patching after they just paid a fortune to have recessed lighting put in. So I went back to school, became a licensed electrician about 15 years ago, so we can adapt that part of the business into the acoustic ceiling removal, because it goes hand in hand, so we can patch all the holes right behind ourselves while the plastic's in place. In my experience, we are able to do homes in one day with no mess, because the preparation is everything. Having the proper tools, walking on stilts, so we're not using ladders except on high ceilings. Keeping everything encapsulated and wet so there is no dust. Extremely important. My consumers, I explained to them that this is probably one of the biggest projects you could do in your home to upgrade the look of the home from an older home to a newer home. So using the right company with the right equipment and the right skill set is very important. It could be a nightmare to have this done in a bad way, where you see all the tape seams and the nail divots and have a poor texture job. Or it could be a real great experience where you leave to go to work and you come home and your ceilings look gorgeous. I think one of the biggest compliments I've had over the years is the one day no mess is very big, that people don't want to move out of their home for a week. And if you have somebody that's ineffective in finishing drywall without having the opportunity to come back in and sand it, for example, or walking on stilts or having the right texture and equipment, it could take a week, and you wouldn't be able to live here during that process. So we've got a lot of great compliments over the years for being able to complete our work in one day with no mess.